Back. This time we're going to be taking a look at a laptop cooler. My old one kind of died on me. I've been looking for a new one, and I found this one, and it's actually really good for what I paid for it, and get in and talk about it. So the model itself really doesn't have a name. It's from a company called HAVIT, and this one came highly recommended for larger laptops, and I have a monster of a laptop. So what I'm finding is a lot of the coolers aren't big enough, and the laptop usually hangs out to like here on them. This one is almost perfect size for. I have a 17-inch. It's a custom built GT70. I did a video on it a couple years ago when I got it, but anyway, for most laptops seem to be built for 15-inch nowadays. So it's really hard to find one that'll fit a full-size 17-inch laptop. Yeah, the packaging's nothing spectacular. It's just a sleeve over top of the box here. Really isn't too much to it. Just a plain flat box with a little message on the top there. Enjoy what I have. And I've already had it open once because I've been using it, but to give you an idea, you have your user manual here. There's not much to it. Talks about how you set it up. We also get a little card that's happy, not happy, and it has information inside. If you're happy, you can tell them about it. If you're not happy, they have customer service and whatnot on there. You have the power cord for it. It's a dual-ended USB. It's got the nice fiber wrapped cord. Some people don't like these. I have it on my mouse. I absolutely love it. They're a lot more durable than the standard rubber ones. They don't tend to get caught on things or tangled up nearly as easy. And then the cooler itself. Again, it's pretty massive. Sits flat here like this. It does have lifts on the back side that fold out, and they have rubber tipped on there so it doesn't slide, which is nice. And there's rubber feet on the front as well, so once you get it up, it'll actually stay like that. And even has these little things in the front here that flip up to prevent your laptop from sliding down off the bottom if the angle's too steep, which is kind of nice. On the back, there were dual USB ports, as well as the throttle for the fans. These are also the power buttons. You can turn them all the way down to shut off the power on either. One set controls these two fans, one set controls these two fans. The only downside is that there's neon lights in these, and there's no way to turn off the LEDs without shutting the whole fan off. Would have been nice to see an option for that in there. And then here on the bottom, of course, you have storage for your cable. Plug your connectors in there and it wraps around, which is really nice, again, with that fiber cable. The only complaint I've heard anybody say about these is that the bottom half of these openings are fairly large. I mean, I got chunky fingers and I can get my finger right down in there into the fan blades. So you have to watch if you're using this on your lap or things like that. It's really easy to get something up caught in those. Would have been nice to see a mesh over this side of them as well. But it's not that big of an issue, especially if you're using it on a desktop where it's pretty much designed to be used. And like I was saying before, I have quite a massive laptop. So when you set it on there, on most cooling pads, you get a huge overhang on here. I mean, there's still a little bit, maybe a half an inch or so on the sides, but the bottom of it's tapered anyway, so you're pretty much coming right to the edge of here, and you got that little tapered edge that's not covered, which really doesn't matter. They do kind of mislead you on one thing on this, is that it has the two USB ports in the back, and they even advertise it as having two. However, in order to actually power the unit, you're going to have to plug the power cable into one of those, so technically you only really have one USB port on there. One of them is used for power. Most of these, they usually have a separate plug-in for power, so you get the full USB ports out of them. It's not that big of a deal. Basically, it gives you back the one that you're using, so you're not really losing anything, but you're not gaining anything either. There we have the unit powered up. Puts out a surprising amount of air. A lot of these you really can't feel the airflow from them. With this model you really can. And again, you got these adjustable speed controllers in the back here, as well as the power buttons on them. As I said before, my only real complaint is that there's no way to shut off the LEDs. They go off when the fans go off. So as long as your fans are running, you have them on. Not a huge complaint, but they are rather bright in my bedroom, especially with the feet up. With the feet up like that, the light comes off the back. I don't know if you can see it reflecting on my hand there. A little bit, it's just out of frame. But it does tend to light up the entire wall behind it in my bedroom at night. Still, definitely nice for what it is. Doesn't make a lot of noise. I'm not sure if you can tell on the camera. There's some background noise here, but it's fairly quiet. Compared to my older fans, they were definitely a lot louder, so like it in that respect as well. Again, sits on there pretty nice and squarely. I'm not even sure you need these little lifts in the front. I mean, for smaller laptops, possibly. For the larger one, mine sits on there good enough that my feet actually, the rubber feet on the bottom of my unit, sit right on those metal grills, and it holds it very sturdy. And I do like the metal mesh that's on the top here. It's the same type that's on the front of my PC, and it really easy to keep clean. If you do gather any dust on there, it's pretty easy to clean off. The drawback is that it's on the wrong side, being that the fans suck air in through the bottom and actually blow out the top. A lot of people ask that on these. Yeah, the exhaust on them is through the top, which blows up against the bottom of your laptop, which is nice, but at the same time it means you're blowing dust towards the inside of this grill. So the grill keeps it from getting into your laptop, but at the same time it would have been nice to see a grill on the other side where the intake is to collect any dust before it gets blown through the fans. Other than that though, it's a really nice unit. I managed to get it on Amazon at a really decent price. They were on sale right after the holidays, so can't go wrong with that. And if you're looking for something that's going to cool a full-size 17-inch gaming laptop, this is one of the best ones I've found so far.